adventures where we roam and explore. A family of treasure hunters seeking more and more. With magnets we fish for trash and treasures deep below. Metal detecting in the fields where secrets grow. Cleaning up our world, one place at a time. Making a difference, one step at a time. Together we're stronger, a family of might. Protecting our planet with all of our might. We're cleaning up our world, one place at a time. Making a difference, one step at a time. Together we're stronger, a family of might. Protecting our planet with all of our might. Cleaning up our world, one place at a time. Making it a better place for all of humankind. We have strong family values that guide us through. Teaching love and kindness to me and you. We travel around the country.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get up here to the top so we can go through and say hello to everybody. Hello, Riddles Relics. Hello, Angie. Thank you both for becoming members.
Yeah. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Sonoma. Hi, Rick. Let's see if I can do this without going plumb to the bottom.
Brian, Tri Valley.
Brian, Punk Tri Valley.
Robert, Melissa. Brian O'Lear.
Hello, Brian. I wasn't going to attempt that.
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, hopefully. Hey, Pop.
Hi, Pop.
Mark, the senile detectorist. Hello.
No, Mark. Yeah, Brian said he just off work and ready for a shower. He's been working lots of hours, I think. Hi, Joe Dirt.
Hey, Joe Dirt.
Try to get to the bottom here. I will make you a moderator here in just a minute, Joe. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, J. Paul.
Hey, J. Paul. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We truly do.
Really appreciate it.
I think we're at the
We
bottom.
made it.
It jumped, but I think we're there. Let me get my phone on so I can
Yeah.
add
I better
moderators.
get on there too.
Come on, phone. Commercials.
Yeah, I love them, don't you?
Yeah. Kelly, I'm making you a moderator. All we ask is that you don't abuse that. We do that so everybody can check out each other's channel. Hi, 5 Mile.
Click on a name. Hey, 5 Mile.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Tonight, I don't know really what we're going to talk about. Of course, you never know how it starts and how it's going to end, but
No.
I know I've mentioned before here where we live, there's an old home place that burnt down in 1899, 1900, 1901, somewhere in that area. And Risha and I have been back there detecting it 3 or 4 times.
Hi, Miss Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Hoping to find a coin or something relating to the actual age of the place.
That is wonderful news, Mary. So happy to hear that.
Where's my little guy?
That's
Went to the
amazing.
cancer doctor yesterday, and I'm cleared to go
Great.
back to my normal life.
And go back every
That
6
is
months.
great news, Mary.
Wonderful.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, that's incredible news. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Auntie Mama.
How are you, beautiful lady? So I did stumble upon a coin finally that,
Yes, it had to be him, of course.
well, you can see a sunken area where the old house, I'm assuming, is where the old house was. And there's still a cistern there, but I've lived on this place since I was 2 years old. And I never remember ever seeing any relics of that house, but it was supposedly burnt to the ground with a man in it. So it's an 1893 coin. I'm going to make a short and put the short out because we weren't actually videoing, we were just making shorts.
I didn't know he was still in it.
Yeah, he supposedly burned up in the house.
Wow.
One story was him and his son, one story was him
Oh.
that burned up in it, but that's my understanding.
Jake.
Hi, Jake. How
Thanks
you
for
doing,
coming
brother?
in.
One of these days we got to go see Jake and do some magnet fishing.
Yeah.
And we ended up, I made like 4 or 5 shorts of some things that we found back there. And the punk word was being thrown around because in one little, probably 3-foot circle, I pulled out 3 or 4 really cool items. Hi, Cal.
Hey, Cal.
Uh,
And you know what I found?
hi, T.
I found a copperhead.
Yes. Yes, she did. I did put a short on about that because there's been trees fall down in different places in there, and there's a bunch of brush, and I'm on one side of the old house location. She's on the other, and she's like,
Holy beep, there's a snake.
yeah. So she said, it's a copperhead. And so I walked around the brush to get over there, and sure enough, it was probably about a 2.5-foot copperhead.
That's a fat one.
Yeah, it was probably that big around. It was fat.
Hey, Rock Solid Passion. Thanks for coming in.
And so you be careful when you're out there. If you're out there
Yeah.
mushroom hunting, magnet fishing, metal detecting, just walking in the woods, shed hunting,
Yeah,
or
I
just
did not expect them to be out that early because it was like cold before, and
yeah.
first warm day, there he was.
But like I said, I lived here since I was 2 years old, and never ever for years saw a copperhead. And me and her, Brittany, was at Bass Pro one day, and we were looking at the snakes in the aquarium, and I was explaining to Brittany what the snakes were, the different snakes. And of course, being a teenage kid, she's looking everywhere else, so I thought, she ain't listening to me. We come home, and she was running to the front door and screamed, Dad, there's a copperhead on the porch. I'm like, there ain't no copperhead.
on
There's
the
never
porch.
been a copperhead here.
Right in front of the door. Wasn't
Yeah, and that one was probably 3 foot long. It was
yeah, it
a
was a big
giant
one.
copperhead. And then I think we went the next year, didn't see any the next year. We seen 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and there was little tiny babies around everywhere.
Oh, I'm not ready for. I'd rather see a snake than a darn mosquito, honestly. I'm not ready for mosquitoes.
Yeah.
They love me.
I'm not scared of snakes. Not saying I won't be walking along and look ones at my feet and jump back because
Yeah.
it catches me off guard. But if I see them, they don't bother me any.
Yeah, I'm glad we saw it before.
So I'm wondering if the old cistern, which was fairly close, if it wintered in that old cistern, or because it's full of rocks, so the cows and stuff couldn't fall in it, or if it had burrowed itself down in there somewhere in that
Mm-hmm.
dirt. I don't know, but that's the first one we had seen in probably 4 or 5 years.
It's a pretty one.
Hi, New Teasy.
Hey, New Teasy.
How you doing, you and the kids?
He just sat there. The whole time we were talking, and
Yeah.
he was walking over to me. He was like, what, 5 feet away from me?
Yeah, and I even walked up within a couple
Yeah.
feet of it and leaned over and was videoing it, and it never moved.
He probably thought he was invisible. You see, Clark's said you have a mail on the way. Should be there Friday.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Nutizi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be warm enough here before long to
Catch some more crawfish.
catch some more crawdads and get the kids back down at the creek.
Yeah, you're lucky. We have a lot of them that aren't poisonous here too.
Yeah, we have our most poisonous snake is a cottonmouth, and then we have rattlesnakes and we have copperheads.
That's a nope rope I don't ever want to see.
We also have coach whips. I don't know if any of you have ever seen coach whips. Those things will spook you. They won't bother you, but if you don't see them until you're right on top of them, they use their tail, like if they're facing you, they will use their tail and whip their whole body around and go the other way, and they're like black, and then the back part of them is like a reddish color and has a little bit of blue in it.
53, Bob. That's nice. We are in Southwest Missouri, rock solid.
I'm not sure what the temperature is right now. I think it was 42 when I came home. We woke up this morning. Hi, PA.
APA, Mark said he's been told that copperheads taste like hoot owls. I wouldn't know about either one.
No,
I don't.
wouldn't
Why?
either.
I don't want to know about either one. Arkansas, we're neighbors. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Yeah, Arky Treasure Hogs
Yeah.
down in Arkansas. We're
43 wind like crazy. We had what was it 30 this morning? It's been
Something
in the
like
30s
that.
most of the day.
We sleep with a fan on, and I was
High of 40 right now. And it's windy.
I was woken up because I guess I'm so used to hearing that fan in my sleep. It's like it slowed down. We're between Springfield and Joplin. And I heard the fan slow down. I thought, is that fan getting ready to burn up?
Yeah, it was like.
And then it did it 2 or 3 times. And then I rolled over and I
Hey, Dave.
seen my alarm clock light get dimmer and brighter. Hi, Dave. And Reese is like, yeah, it's all that lightning. And I'm laying there and I'm like, I don't hear or see any lightning.
Yeah. And I was watching it through the window and I'm like, where is he not seeing it?
And so I get up. I generally get up at 4:30, a little before, because I have to be at work at 5:30.
It poured down yesterday, man.
Yeah. We got a lot of rain yesterday morning. Rained a little out throughout the day. And then I guess it rained last night. But when I opened the front door, you couldn't even hardly
JP?
see the snow was blowing
Wednesday.
so hard. Hi, JP. Thank you for coming in.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're all right. But yeah, the snow was just unreal how hard it was blowing, the wind. In fact, it blew a couple limbs down the driveway. I barely got under one going to work. And then she messaged me, hey, there's a limb in the driveway. So I ended up blowing it all the way down. I had to get out of the driveway.
Big mess of hail and
Yesterday
tornado watches. Ooh.
evening.
Yeah, well, that's coming. It's coming. We're along the line of Tornado Alley, aren't we?
Yeah, they call it Tornado Alley
Yeah.
where we live. Like I said, we're between Springfield and Joplin, almost halfway. And I never figured out why they call us Tornado Alley, because we had trees here, and even just down the road was a Liberty tree that was over 200 years old. And then we had a terrible tornado come through. It was over half a mile wide. Wow. I don't know of any trees that blew down here, but it was, well, one of the limbs in the driveway was like this big around that it blew and broke off the tree.
Sonoma says, I'll stick with earthquakes. I wouldn't know how to act during one of those. Mary says keep the snow there. I think it's about gone now.
Yeah,
A lot of
was-
it melted in that sun today, and it's going to be in the 57 tomorrow.
next week's gonna be in the 70s, and last week was in the 70s. And then all of a sudden, boom, temperature drops.
Friday is going to be 70. So whatever's not gone tomorrow at 57, it'll be gone.
Well, when I come home from work, there was just a couple of little places of snow, but it's
Yeah.
just crazy. You'll stick with your New York State weather. Yeah. We never had tornadoes here for years and years, and all of a sudden it's like every year or two there's a big tornado comes through. In fact, my mom and dad called one day and they're like,
80? Wow.
the weather says there's a tornado heading your way, and she's sitting on the porch and she's like, I don't see it. And I said, it's right there. And
Yeah.
it was coming right at us, and it split, went right around our house and went back together.
We went down in the old cellar, and it didn't have a door on it, and the cows were trying to come down in the cellar, and of course the dogs running them out.
Yeah, the dog we had
That's
at the
crazy.
time, he kept them run away. He wouldn't go in the cellar, but he run around the side where there's like a little concrete wall, and he would stay on around the side. When the cows would come up, he'd run them off, keep them away from us. And there was a tree out there.
I'm not ready for 80 degrees. Hey, Grandma Kelly.
Hi, Grandma. I would say that tree was over 2 foot through. It was a pretty big tree.
Mm-hmm.
And about 60 yards from the cellar, and the wind was blowing so hard, we never heard it go down. In fact, when we walked out, seen it laying there, we couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Wiped out Pierce City. Is that the same one? It might have been.
I think he was here when that
Mhm.
tornado happened.
Yeah. All you kids were here.
Yeah, in fact, his sister, when we're coming down the drive, Risha and I hadn't been together very long, and we're coming down the drive, and
It is the same.
Aaron's like, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a tornado. We just laughed. Well, within 2-3 hours later, we had a tornado.
Yep.
And her and I we got home, we went to the patch of timber we got. She had never been in the timber, and we're walking around, and I'm showing her these big old beautiful oak trees. Then that tornado hit.
Yeah, we went walking right before that.
Mm-hmm. But luckily the tornado went around us, and the only tree on us that blew over was an elm tree about 60 yards from the house. And where it come across the back part of our property, it blew a tree in the fence line over, and where it went back over on the back of our property, it blew a tree in the fence line over. But half a mile from us, just complete devastation. And then I think it was 2 years later, there was another warning, and you were at work,
Yeah.
and Brittany's in her room, radio blaring, and I'm beating on the door, hollering at her, and she wouldn't open the door. I went out on the porch, and I seen the tornado coming, and it turned just like the other one did, and it sounded like a
Hey,
cannon.
Rachel,
Hi, Rachel.
good to see ya.
Sounded like a cannon went off, because there was an Amish sawmill over there, and their tin building just exploded. You
Yeah.
could see it go up in the air. And then when the tornado got out of sight, Brittany come outside. What did you want, Dad? I said, well, never mind now. But if that tornado would have kept coming, you wouldn't open your door.
Yeah, it is crazy how they destroy some and not others. Just like they
Yeah.
hop.
There's a big old ridge on our neighbor over here, and it's like it follows that ridge around. Yeah, I've seen more tornadoes than I care to see.
Mhm.
I was in the deer woods once, and the buddy that was with me woke me up, and he said, I heard something sound like a train, and the wind's blowing pretty good. I said, it's a tornado. And about that time, it blew the tent down across us. We were on some cots in the tent. Then the tent popped up and it was just dead still. And he said, it's over. I said, no, we're right in the middle of it. About that time, boom, our tent went back down again. Right behind my old Blazer, there was like 10 trees blown across the road. But I've been in
That's terrible.
a
Too.
few of them. Yeah, that is, oh, excuse me, that is bad. I worked with a guy that had a Toyota pickup that was his dad's, and it was beat to pieces. The driver's door, it was kind of a champagne color, and the driver's door was black. I never asked him about the truck, but a friend of mine that worked with me told me the reason he had to replace the driver's door is the tornado hit the truck, ripped the door open, yanked his dad out of the truck and killed him. And so he put a different door on it, and he still drives it to this day.
Mm.
I was going to talk about, we got 2 new permissions.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned it a while back. One of them is a funeral home. I don't know the exact year. I'm assuming it's around 1880. I know it's 1800s. Talking to them about the property, another property there. We got permission for that property, and it's another 1870s, 1880s giant Victorian home that's needs a lot of money to repair it, but it's really cool.
The cats have taken it over.
Yeah, we're detecting there, and Reese's like, look in the window, and there's a black cat watching us detect out there. So there's some way they're getting in. Hi, Talca. So
Have
the
a good
owners
night, Chalka.
are just letting it go to ruin, but
Might just be saying good evening. Thanks for coming in.
thank you, Talca. But I got called a punk again.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's something I found 1.5 of, which gives me 4 complete. That she has not found
I've
any.
never found one.
She hasn't found one yet.
Nope.
So I found a complete 1.5 of one, and I'd found a half of one before, so it made it another complete one. So I got 4 complete. That video will probably be coming out in 3 or 4 weeks. We're trying harder to get permissions for older properties where we're finding more relics and more older items.
Thank you, Rock Solid.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, careful with that cut, Grandma Kelly. Hope you're getting better.
Yeah.
And Rachel too. Rachel's got a
Yeah, Rachel had surgery, so
Yeah.
we hope both of you have a speedy recovery.
yeah.
When we started out detecting, all we had to detect was here at the house, which we found some old stuff. I found a Civil War naval officer's button here at the house.
The kitten keeps eating her paper tablet.
And parks, which we find lots and lots and lots of clad. We
Clark-
used to.
Mary is wondering if the Clarks are still here. Hey, Swamp Dog.
Hi, Swamp Dog. Robert and Melissa, are you still here? And if you haven't checked out Robert and Melissa's last video, you need to go check that out because
Yeah.
Robert got called the punk word.
He deserved it. He sure deserved
And
it.
even in the comments, Risha, I think, called him the punk word
Mhm.
because he just stumbled across something.
Yep.
And hi, Zaxon.
Hey, Zaxon.
But we're trying to get more permissions for older homes and find We love finding coins. We love
I
finding.
still like going to parks because you
Yeah.
never know what you're going to find in a park. But we're running out of parks that are close to us.
But almost every park we've been to, not all, but most of them, we found silver in.
Mhm,
And I found 4 gold rings, and they were all in parks.
mhm.
I have no idea how many silver rings. My best silver
I don't
ring
know, I
was in a
should've
park.
Kept track.
I think we found around 100 rings
Yeah.
or so since we've been detecting. I know we got 4 gold, and I would say we have,
We got 5 gold.
oh yeah, 5 gold rings. Punk. We have 5 gold rings,
He forgets
and
that one.
we probably have 30 plus silver rings that we found.
Yeah, imagine. Those are a lot easier to find. I wish gold rang up like silver.
I do too.
Be a whole different ball game.
But at our two new permissions, like I said, we found some really cool stuff. I don't know how long it's going to be before those videos are out, because the video I just put on tonight was the last hunt of 2024. I try to go in a row and keep some videos in stock just in case something happens. But there for about a month, we weren't able to do much.
Yeah.
We were sick, then
Felt like
just about over
forever.
it and sick again.
Hey,
And
Hobo Rob.
hi, Rob. So our 2 permissions, we were hoping to find some silver at. We didn't find any silver yet.
Yeah.
The owner come by, how you guys doing?
Leave it to the pump. Oh.
And showed him some of the stuff we found, which to us was really cool. And
Oh, wow.
there,
That's crazy.
that happens,
Yeah, it
Cal.
does.
One of the 2 new permissions, though, they told us had been detected before.
I think it is, Swamp Dog.
And which it doesn't bother us if it's been detected before, because
You never know what they missed.
we didn't even touch hardly any of that yard. And she was in one little square, maybe 10 foot by 10 foot, pulling stuff out right and left, some really old stuff. And she found one piece. We still have not decided what it is.
The dated one?
No, the one that's not dated. We can't find anything on it, but
Oh, no.
it's about the size of a $50, but it's copper. Yeah, we love detecting.
Have a good night, Kelly.
Night,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Thank you for coming in. We love detecting.
Yeah,
And I love
it's
magnet fishing
fun.
too.
It's very addicting.
You just have to understand you're going to find a lot of trash.
That's awesome, T. He's got his horseshoe back.
Oh, good job.
Much luck.
But is he going to share to you? That's the question. We haven't been to the casino in a while.
Several.
We usually donate when we go.
Yeah. Yeah, the trip before last cost us a lot of money because we had to buy a new truck. So.
Yeah, so when we
We're
went
not
back the
real
next
big
time
on
after 6 months after that happened, and I was looking in that rearview mirror close, make sure
Yeah.
I didn't get another truck destroyed.
So it was never detected before, huh? That's usually the way it goes, T. We can't win at the same time, seems like, hardly ever. Yeah, Bob, you should go find your old Matchbox card. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Some places just don't have much, Cal. I mean, that's just people, maybe didn't lose it that much. I mean, I know her and I find lots of old pocket knives. I've got the same 2 pocket knives I've had in my pocket for 25 years. And even as a kid, I don't ever remember ever losing a pocket knife.
No, but some people do.
Yeah, they do. But some people, I mean, if somebody was searching for one I lost, they'd never find one because I
Right.
don't think I've ever lost one. And just like Brittany one day, she was over here and they were getting ready to leave. And she's like, I can't believe you guys find that much stuff because I don't know how people lose that much stuff. And I looked down by her
Hey,
car
what
door and
else?
there's like 3/4 laying there.
Yeah.
I said, just like that. She's like, what? I said, the 3/4 you just dropped when you get out of the car.
She always leaves.
I
She
work
drops
with-
money almost every time she comes over. Knives,
Hi, Jay.
chains, and fishing lures. That's great.
Awesome.
Hey, Jay. How's it going, girl?
Dad and I went fishing a while back and took our magnets, and the place we were at, we just loaded up every time we went. Knives, fishing poles, lures, just everything. And we magnet fished for quite some time, and we just didn't find much. And there was a guy fishing there, and he said, there's people here almost every day doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from probably nobody ever doing it there to
Yeah.
somebody's there about every day magnet fishing it. So,
Well, ever since it was on the news and
well, I'm
there
talking
were-
about
oh,
the other place. But
Okay.
yeah, even where we went, where I found the grenade,
there were people from out of state.
Yeah.
The next
they said the
couple days
next
up there.
the next day there was like 12 cars sitting there, all of them from out of state, waiting for them to open the gate so they can magnet fish that bridge. So places do get magnet fished out.
Mhm.
Most
Kick 'em out,
places,
yeah.
hmm,
Jay says kick them out.
yeah.
That's right.
Most places, like in a city, though, you can clean that bridge out. But if you get a flood, it's going to move stuff that's washed in between bridges down the next year. But we do try to do our best to keep the waters cleaned out. I know our spots are pretty well wiped out.
Mhm.
The one bridge I've hit for so many years up north, there's still stuff there, but it's so heavy you
Yeah.
can't move it.
Yeah, the water's so far away from the bridge. It's a high bridge.
Yeah, and there's a gentleman there.
Yeah, we need to get up there maybe this weekend.
Yeah, maybe if he remembers, because he's
I
what,
hope-
84, 85?
Oh man, I hope he remembers. He'll remember me. He
Yeah, I'm
likes
sure
me.
he will.
He likes me.
He owns thousands of acres
I'm the only reason he gave you permission to metal detect there.
because people's tried to get permission to hunt on him and stuff for years, and he
Yeah.
just won't let nobody. But I've talked to him basically several times a year. I'll be up there magnet fishing that bridge, and he'll come by and we'll talk. And so we were talking about metal detecting, and he was telling me there was an old school on his property, and I don't know how many houses on his property. And
Yeah,
he
we're gonna
left,
be
and
there.
he come back, and he told us we could detect on him, and he would show us around. So the day we went back, because we didn't have our detectors with us, him and his son was moving cattle, so he didn't have time to show us around, but we did detect one old house that was there, and I found a 1935
35.
dog
That
tag.
was cool.
I headed to the
Yeah,
creek.
Jay, we're coming to your house this weekend. You didn't know that? Just kidding.
Yeah, Jay. We're gonna be there this weekend. But yeah,
Hey,
and
Creek.
even by the creek that we're at, he owns on both sides. He said there was a guy lived in a little cabin up along that creek
Yep.
years ago. So he's supposed to show us around if he remembers.
Thank you, honey.
Welcome. If he remembers.
They hurt my eyes when I'm not reading, but
But
then I can't see the chat.
yeah, but the house he lives in, hi Colt. It was probably built in the 20s or 30s. And he told us that he found, what was it, a V-nickel just laying there in his driveway. So there's potential of finding something there, plus all the old home sites on his place. But he owns like 2,000 or 3,000 acres.
Didn't you say there was a school?
Yeah, there was an old school there. So yeah, we need to get back up.
Something about a woman. What was that he was telling you?
He knows a lady that on her property there was a Civil War skirmish that's not in the books anywhere, and she knows where the battle was on her property and where the grave sites are on her property. So he said we might go over there sometime and maybe she'll let you detect over there.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a good spot.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back. Like, I want to go this weekend. We've had that permission since last fall.
Yeah.
And it was too hot to go then. And so we've been waiting all this time. So I'm hoping he remembers.
But like Cal was saying, you can look at a place and you're just like, man, there's got to be loads of history here. And you get there and there's nothing.
That's what I always say, Grandma Kelly. Even if the house is modern, you don't know what was there before. That's right.
That is true.
Let me know. I'll come help you on that 5,000 acres.
Well, I was watching a video one time and this guy was talking about metal detecting. And he said, just randomly, when you get change, look at it. He said, it's not uncommon to find a coin in your pocket 50 years old. He said, so if you're at a 1950 property, you still have a chance of finding a 1900 coin because they were still a lot in circulation back then.
Went pretty good, Jay.
How did we find the funeral home?
No, how did it go?
Yeah, it went pretty good, Jay. Yeah, we didn't cover even half of that yard.
No.
And they come and ask us what we was finding. We told them, and I said, well, we haven't even started to cover it. And his wife said, well, it looks like at least a 2-day job. I said, yeah, we'll have to come back. Yeah. You're welcome back anytime. Have fun. Away they went. So we need to hit that again.
Yeah.
But we still enjoy parks. There's a park near that town. There's 2 parks. Me and my dad went to one of them and we detected for quite a while. And I can't remember now. It was IHP, but I don't remember the year on it.
I don't either.
We found a bunch of Wheaties. And then we went and got something to eat. And we went and hit this other park a little bit. And he's going down the curb strip. And I am recording when I got out of the truck. So there's like a little playground. So he decides he's going to run over there before I get a chance. So he abandons the curb strip. And I said, well, I'll finish this out. So I went like 30 feet down this curb strip, got a banging signal, and it was a 1893 Barber dime, about ½ inch under the ground.
I think his IHP was his first 1800s coin, wasn't it?
Yeah, he found an IHP at this second park we went to. But we didn't stay there long, and we went back to camp. And then next time we went up, he said, maybe we ought to ask him about detecting these parks. So I went in and talked to the police station and asked, and they're like, no, we don't allow it. It's against the law. I said, no, it's not against the law. I said, in Missouri, you're allowed to detect any public property. Oh, that's a state thing. I said, no, I'm not going to argue with you, sir, but it's not a state thing. You know, like a federal thing, it's a state thing. You're allowed to detect any public property. But the kickback to that is you can detect in any public park in Missouri. The city can't stop you, but they can stop you from digging.
Yeah, it sucks.
So even though you're in this park and you got a really good signal down 2 inches, you're not allowed to dig. And then he wanted to know how deep we were digging. I said, oh, not over an inch. Oh, that's too deep. He said those people will be complaining. So we haven't been back. And I know there's got to be,
Oh,
with what
yeah.
we found and what little bit of area we covered, that park has to be loaded.
Mhm.
But it's not worth fighting with the police over. He said, if I
No.
catch you there, I'll have to run you off. Okay. So we didn't go back, but there's your coyotes yelling.
I hear them.
We have found a lot of cool stuff in parks. But I like the one permission, the first good permission we got, and we went back there Sunday. We didn't find a whole lot.
A few things.
Yeah, but there was no hotel there. There's a hill there where the lady's uncle lost his military ring.
We're still looking for. I wish
So
we could find that.
we probably spent 3 or 4 hours combing that little hillside looking for that ring.
I just wonder if it was somewhere else because we got 3 people telling us 3 different stories.
Yeah,
Of where
she
it
tells us
happened.
one place. Her husband
So-
tells us a different place. Her dad tells us a different place.
They don't always remember exactly the.
I mean,
area.
it's in the general area, but one of them said no, they were going this way. And one said no, they were going this way. And one of them said no, they were down here going that way. So we really don't know exactly where. But we've been working that area. We worked it really hard Sunday, and in fact, we're digging every repeatable, tons of trash. But that is where I found a Civil War
Okay,
military
T.
cuff button. Are they
Thanks for coming in, and
Thank you, T.
I hope you hit big after
Yep.
you eat.
good luck? But I did find that military cuff button in that general area
Yeah.
that I may not have dug because of the signal if I wasn't looking for that ring, because they don't know if it's silver, gold. They don't know what it's made of.
Yeah.
So we have no idea what VDI it could be.
Yeah.
It could be the same as a pull tab. It could be the same as a nail. We just don't know.
And we've
So,
gotten to the point where we're digging everything that's
Yeah.
repeating. So
But
takes
we-
a lot longer doing that.
we have found several military items from Civil War to World War II there.
Mhm.
And when I looked at this place for a long time.
Love you, Jay. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Jay.
Thank you.
I looked at this place for a long time, and I'm like, man, I'd like to detect that.
Yeah.
And then the guy had bought a vehicle, so I knew the vehicle belonged to that house. And we were down at the post office one day, and I coming out, and he pulls up and he gets out. I thought, no better time than now to ask. And he said, you're more than welcome to. And they've been just as nice as they can be
Yeah.
about it. So we've been there 5 times now.
I think so.
And I've found 3 bucket listers there. I found my first shield nickel there. And like I said, I found that Civil War shell casing there.
I finally found a bucket lister.
Yeah.
Well, I found more than that, but that one I've been looking for a while.
We're finding some bucket listers, and this year I would like to find a silver dollar,
Me too.
and I want to find something seated. I don't care if it's a dime, quarter, I don't care. I just want to find something seated, and then I want to find a real of some sort. And I know those are.
I want to find a punk. Oh, look.
But we're planning on going back to Wisconsin, where I had my best silver day ever when I pulled those 5 silvers out of one plug. I don't think that'll ever happen again in my lifetime, but you never know, and that's why you go, and that's why
Yeah.
you do it.
If
Because-
anybody could, it'd be you with your luck. I'm telling you.
But was it right before I found that? There was a guy said his dad used to detect
Yeah.
that park
Yeah.
and find tons of stuff, and he told us 2 places in that park where to go.
Hmm. But that wasn't one of them, was it?
No, one of them is where there was a trolley went from the park into town back and forth years and years ago, and he showed us where it ran. And then there's some baseball fields, but there was an area around there where the old concession stand was and the little building where they changed in and out their clothes to go into the swimming pool that used to be there. And he told us where that was, but we didn't hit either place while we were there.
You know that where I found that bee nickel, I don't know if I got up close to that tree or not.
Yeah, I don't know. She found a bee nickel there. I found 2 or 3 buffaloes while we were up there, one at a different park, and I think I found 1 or 2 at that park. I found a Rosie, and then we went back the next day is when I pulled the walking half, the silver quarter, and the 3 marks out of that hole.
That was insane.
And I found a buffalo nickel that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many Wheaties.
It was fun.
It was an awesome day. My luckiest day ever by far.
Yeah.
Detecting. I mean, we've both found some incredible stuff. I've been in touch with Dave and Ray from Adventures with Sonic and Friends. They're interested in coming back to Wisconsin.
Awesome.
That's awesome, Dave. We're hoping to come up there this year.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't set nothing in stone. We got the end of this month, we're going to the Show Me Pro-Am treasure hunt. They're going to have a night hunt, and I think they have, I don't remember if it's 100 or 1,000 silver dimes they're putting out, and I think 1,500 Wheaties for the night hunt. And I don't know if they've buried silver or if they've buried tokens, because they're supposed to have $10,000 worth of silver that can be found.
I'd say the big silver is tokens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Plus, there's old ghost town, there's an old blacksmith shop, there's old homesteads, old school, and there's one area where there was a Civil War battle.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they call it. I think they call it a picket line, something like that. But they will show us. They had 1,100 acres, and they added another 500, so there's like 1,600 acres that you can go on. They're going to have 3 different areas that's seeded, so you can go detect the seeded area if you want, or you can go to an old home site. You can go to the old blacksmith shop. You can go basically wherever you want to go.
We need to pick up a couple extra batteries and another card probably before we go.
Well, if I empty the card I got, we should be good. Got a new GoPro a while back. The one I had for 4 years, and I abused that thing to death. It's a Hero 8.
Well, you just used it a long time.
I used it 4 years.
Yeah.
And between magnet fishing and old wet muddy gloves, turning it on and off and all that, and
All that hot sun.
and the hot sun and the freezing cold, and it still works, but sometimes it didn't want to turn on, sometimes it didn't want to turn off, sometimes I have to take the battery out, put it back in. She said, let's just get a new one.
Mm-hmm.
So side note, I would like to see about doing an event. If there's enough interest, drop an email if you're interested. So Dave's thinking about doing an event this year, Dave. And we received some items from CKG. I don't know. He said, yes, this year. If any of you use the CKG products, they sent us a snow shovel. I told Risha, why do I need a snow shovel? Well, evidently they knew ahead of time because we had all that snow. That thing worked awesome out there in the snow. They sent
Yeah.
us a detecting shovel. It's got a carbon fiber shaft on it. It's lighter than the shovel we've been using. I used it one day, and now I've lost possession of it. Some punk took it over.
Oh, that shovel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She really
I
likes
love my Garrett shovel, but it gets heavy.
it. So far, the only thing she don't like about it, like here at the house, right
it's
around the
rocky.
yard is black dirt. But if you get out on the edge of the hill, we have lots and lots of big rocks. And
And our shovels will bust them and go through them, but
she's having a
I
little,
don't know. Yeah, that one, it's kind of hard to get through the rocks with.
but on, I would say, moderate soil, it seems to work good. The first day I used it, we were in a park that's got a lot of black dirt, and I mean, you just barely touch it. It's boom, it was shooting down in the dirt good. So I really like it. They want us to give a 40-hour review on it, and we've probably used it 20 hours so far, and so far we're liking it. Now, for heavy, hard rock areas, I don't think it's going to be too great, but for probably 80% of your detecting, it's going to be a good shovel.
Yeah.
She's carrying it instead of her Garrett, and I didn't think you could ever separate her from that Garrett shovel.
Yeah, it's just so much lighter. It's nice.
And we're hoping before long to have some more dirt so we can do a little more
Yes.
panning. I think some of you guys like watching that. We're supposed to go with GP and Mama Bird sometime. They said it's about 4 hours from where we're at. And we're going to take 4 or 5 buckets and get us all kinds of stuff so we can go through it. We still got to get us a couple of sluices. We need one for the river and a little bit bigger one for the house. That little tiny one she got works
I
great.
love it, but
Yeah.
yeah, we need a bigger one.
But if we want to do a bigger volume, we need one a little bit bigger. I think they're around $90.
Those are awesome to like, it's like buying a cheap detector to see if you're even gonna like it. If you buy one of those tiny sluices to use with your gold or whatever, your dirt pay dirt bags,
Mm-hmm.
to see if you're even gonna like it. You know, $12.95 for one of those. That's not bad.
And she's used it a lot.
Yeah.
She
Decide if you want to go bigger and spend more.
because she mostly panned through all the dirt we had. Then she took the dirt and had it in little jars that
I had panned and
and then she went back through with
ran it
that
through
little
the sluice.
and found lots more gold that
Yeah.
we missed. So
Yeah.
she really likes it.
It's like it sticks to that mat. It won't let it go through. It's awesome.
Yeah. And we're not affiliated with that company in any way. We
No.
just she ordered it because GP and Mama Bird had one, and she just really loves it.
I didn't win it, and I wanted to
Yeah.
try it, so I
She
had to
didn't
go.
win one, so she
had to go
wanted to
find
try
it.
it.
We've been on here for about an hour.
Almost, yes. When we hit an hour, we'll.
You're
it.
hot.
Yes, it's hot in here,
I'm
and you're all bundled up.
I'm comfortable.
Sonoma said it sounds like fun, Dave. I know the end of this month we'll be at that hunt, show me hunt. Then at some point we're going to go to Arkansas and meet up with. Hi, Dirt Devil.
Hey,
We're
Dirt Devil.
going to go to Arkansas at some point, meet up with Jody and Kat, and go to the crystal mine somewhere and mine some crystals. Then hopefully make it up to Wisconsin. And our plan next year is to go see Ohio River History Shane. And hi, Relic Rat. Thanks for coming in. packing for dig stock. I would love to do that sometime.
Yeah, maybe someday. That'd be fun.
But we're wanting to go see Shane next year and then go up and see Wicked Digger and Silver Assassin and Brockton and Josh and all those guys up there, Nate, and spend a day or so with those guys. Maybe circle back around and go spend a day with Relic Rat. He finds some really cool relics. If you haven't checked his channel out, go check it out. And just try to meet as many people as we can, even if we don't get to go out and detect, just hang out and tell stories and have fun. You're there too? Awesome. Yeah, when we get
Cool.
figured out when we're going to go and all that,
To swing through Georgia.
we will try to get with everybody we can,
Yeah.
figure out where everybody's located, and just make our journey take a couple weeks or 3 or whatever, because by that time I should be retired, and how long we're gone really ain't going to make that much difference. And try to see as many people as we can, swing the detectors, maybe throw a magnet, hang out and have fun, just get to know everybody better. That's one thing about life. You don't have enough time in life to meet everybody.
No, that's true.
He's in Georgia, and I'm trying to remember where Jake lives. Does Jake live in Georgia?
Maybe.
Jake might live in Georgia too. But we like meeting people that we see on here and have met through here, and meeting them face to face. And it's just like you've known each other your whole lives. The first time we went to Wisconsin, she was nervous. And she asked me if I was. I was like, no. And then when you see the people that you see in chat and have talked to in chat and stuff, it's like you've known each other forever. There's no awkward moment. You just go right into talking like you just talked yesterday. And it's awesome. Well, as long as we're alive, we'll meet in a few weeks. Yeah, it's like what, 3 weeks away, I think.
Pretty close. It is short.
Yes, Mama, time is short.
I heard something the other day. It was, if I could remember how to say it.
Is that what you told me?
I don't think so. It was on something I was watching.
Well, she told me something the other day that kind of, yeah, Cal, I do too. We didn't get much time to hang out. I wish we'd had more time to hang out,
Yeah.
brother. You like dating?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
that's true.
Well, she told me something the other day that kind of stuck with me. I mean, I know there's kids out there that's the only child, but there was 6 of us in my family. And it was something like, when you look at your siblings, one of you will not see the rest of them buried, and one of you will see all the rest of them buried.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to think about that because my oldest sister passed away at 25, so she won't see any of us
No.
buried, but the rest of us are still here. It's true, one of us is going to
Oh.
see all the rest of us.
What is worth everything and costs nothing? Time.
Time.
That's what made me remember that. When Auntie Mama said time is short.
Yeah, that is true.
It is. It really is.
Like going to Placerville and hit the old gold mining or gold
Oh,
rush towns.
wow.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And we've been doing, well, I've been doing some research, and there's some rivers in Wisconsin that's supposed to have gold in them. So if we make it up there, I'm gonna do some more research and find a couple of them to hit while we're there.
Mhm.
Bring back 3 or 4, 5 buckets of dirt and go through that and see if we can find some
Heck
shiny.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Me and Cal's just alike. We love the shiny.
Yeah.
But we've been on here an hour and I think we'll call it a night. But we do appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Looking forward to talking to you all again next week. And if anybody would like to be a guest, just let me know.
Yep.
And be more than happy to bring you up, let you talk.
Anytime.
Yes, shinies.
Yep.
But if you want to come up sometime, talk about your channel or anything, Relic Rat, if you want to come up, 5 Mile, Cal, you know you're always welcome, brother. Mama, you're welcome.
That's right, Auntie Mama.
Yeah, we're hoping next year, Mama, to go up to Massachusetts. And I know you're not in Massachusetts, but you're up that direction. So
That'd be awesome.
maybe we can get that old truck to turn your direction and swing by, and
That'd be cool.
you and Uncle Daddy and us could meet somewhere and eat
Yeah.
and visit, get
Night,
to spend
Sonoma.
some time
Night,
together.
Dave.
I just give you
North
fair
Carolina.
North Carolina. I just gave you fair warning, Mama.
Oh, I love North Carolina. I've been there once.
I give beard hugs.
So nice. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
We're just getting ready to get off.
Yeah,
here.
we're just getting ready to get out of here, but
Thank you
yeah,
for
about
coming
everybody
in.
I meet gets a beard hug.
Yep.
We appreciate you jumping in. But I think we're going to call it a night and get off here. We wish each and every one of you a great rest of your week. Love them. I do too, Mama. Growing up, my dad grew up without his mom, so my dad wasn't a hugger ever. My mom was, and I didn't want my kids to grow up without hugs. And my son Nutizi that was in here a while ago, he's what, 38 now?
Mhm.
We see each other, big old hug,
Mhm.
you know, and I'll hug a stranger. Doesn't bother me. You don't know when it's going to make their day a little brighter when you do that. But we love y'all. Have a blessed
night,
rest of
everybody.
your week. We will see you next week. Much love to all.